Good evening, guys. Let me know when you're here. Say hello so that I know you're here. Hello, who's here? Say hi, let me see who's here waiting. Ah, Jessica, you are so dedicated. It's so late where you are. It's amazing that you're here, really. Hello, Andre. Who else have we got? Hi. I keep on saying this because I do, Marcelo, I do try to not do not be live so late, but it's hard. You know, I always end up doing it on a Friday evening. I'm just gonna wait for a couple more minutes. Hello, Isabella. Just to get you guys to come because I wanted to share a story with you today. I wanted to talk to you about something specific and hopefully give you some insights about learning. Dilza, hi! Ooh, so many people. Hi, guys. So I wanted to talk to you today about something personal, but also something that I believe, I never thought about really talking about this, but then I thought actually, now it makes sense because for some reason I connected things. I found a way to create a connection between what I'm going to tell you and you guys learning English. And it made so much sense to me. It was almost like I had to share this with you because I wanted you guys to understand something that is so important. And it's not, Debbie, you're awake too. You guys are Skellen. You guys are not even in Brazil. It's what? Midnight in the UK. My goodness. I hope this live is good enough for you guys to be awake until so late to see me. Alan, hello. Okay, so I'm going to stop looking at the comments because I get distracted. I have this problem, okay? So, love you guys. So I'm going to look at the camera to talk to you, and then I'm going to look at the comments, okay? So when I ask you a question and I need you to, Mom! My mom is awake to see me too. So my mom lives in London. I don't know if you know this, but she lives in London. My parents live in London. So here we go. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute, okay? Herida, I'm going to ask you your question. I'm going to answer your question in a minute, I promise. Just a minute. Okay, just let me just stop looking because I get so distracted. Okay. You will not, chances are, I don't know if you know this expression, but when you say chances are, I'm saying probably, okay? Chances are you will not be able to relate to what I'm going to tell you. Do you remember I told you relate the other day? I don't remember when it was, but a few weeks ago, we were chatting as well on a live, and I told you about relate. So you will probably not relate to what I'm going to say to you, which means my situation is probably not your situation, okay? Because I know I am fully aware that not a lot of people have this problem. Most people have the opposite problem. Most people have the opposite problem to the problem I'm going to say tonight. So I am totally aware that you might not relate to my problem. So the point is not for you to relate to my problem, okay? The point, you will understand what the main point of this chat is after I tell you this story. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to tell you now. So I'm not going to look. So don't send me questions. Ever since I was a child, my whole life, it's always been very difficult for me to gain weight. What does that mean? It means that I can eat McDonald's every day and I will probably not gain a lot of weight. I will not. Probably not. A little, if I eat McDonald's every day, maybe, but not a lot. You probably wouldn't notice. I would notice because it's my body. Beatrice, you relate? Okay, you relate. Stay here, please, stay here. This is good stuff. Okay, and I have always, ever since I was a child, okay, it's always been like this. So I could eat anything and not gain weight. Now, a lot of people would say, like Alan is saying here, lucky you. No, it's not actually. It's good because you can eat whatever you want, but it's not in my case. In my case, everyone is different. I always say this because I'm a firm believer in this fact. We are all different. The end, okay? So in my case, this is not so good because what happens is if I have any situation in my life, I will not feel hungry. So if I'm very stressed, I don't feel hungry. If I'm very anxious, I don't feel hungry. If I'm very sad, I don't feel hungry. If I'm very happy, I don't feel hungry. So if I have any type of extreme emotion, I don't feel hungry. And it's not just that I don't feel hungry, it's also that I can't actually eat physically. I will make myself a toast, you know, like you get a piece of bread and you put it in the toaster and you make a toast, yeah? So I'll make myself a toast and I'll spread some butter on it. And it's going to take me 20 minutes to get it down because I keep on chewing. And I can't swallow it, you know, because I'm not hungry. So, but I love food. So it's a very strange situation because I'm a food lover. I love eating. I love real food. I love all sorts of food, pretty much. You know, I'm not a fussy eater. A fussy eater is a person that doesn't like anything. I'm not this person. I really like food, you know, and I eat a lot of food when I'm fine. Yeah. But if there's any kind of extreme emotion going on, this will change. So there was only one time in my life that I reached 50 kilos. That was when I was pregnant with Dominic. That didn't even happen when I was pregnant with Naomi. Actually, it did. At the end of the pregnancy, it did as well. So twice in my life that I reached 50 kilos when I was pregnant, both times. But I'm not very short. I'm not tall, but I'm not very short. I'm 161 and a half. 161 and a half. So I'm not tall, but I'm not short. I'm pretty average. So my normal weight is about 47, okay? Like this is my normal weight in life. But after I had kids, this dropped a lot. So I went down to 41 after I had my kids. Because obviously it's not so much about the eating itself, literally, I'm talking about the eating. So it's not so much about the eating itself, but it's also about the fact that I carry people, you know, like Dominic is half my weight. So if I carry him, that's a lot of calories gone for my metabolism. My metabolism is extremely fast. It's always been like that. It's my body. It's who I am. So I struggle with this because sometimes if I'm anxious, especially, I will not be hungry for a whole week. So I'm not going to eat a lot that week, which then means my whole health is affected because I'm weaker. Weak is the opposite of strong, okay? week is exactly the same pronunciation as when you talk about a week, like Monday, Tuesday, you know? It's the same pronunciation. It's not the same word, but it's exactly the same pronunciation. So what happens is I start to feel weak because I'm not eating so much. It's not that I'm not eating, but I'm not eating enough. And so this affects my sleeping. It affects everything. It affects my skin, affects my hair. It affects everything. So then I don't like it, because when things start to affect my health, it's a problem. And I'm very conscious about this. So then I have to force myself to eat, which to most people is like, whatever, force yourself to eat. Yeah, I actually have to force myself to eat, because when you're not hungry, it's a challenge to eat. And there is a problem, which is if I make an effort every day for 2 weeks, and I'm really like, no, I have to eat no matter what, even if I'm not hungry, I have to eat. And I do it for 2 weeks, and I gain some weight, and I'm feeling better. This is okay. It's better now. And then I stop making an effort. I will drop again. I will lose weight very quickly again. And so all my effort was really wasted. It was a lot of effort for nothing. Last week, I was having a chat with my husband about this. And he has the opposite metabolism. So he has to control what he eats, or he'll be fat. It's the opposite to me. He has to control his food, okay? So he doesn't understand that for me, it's a big challenge when I'm stressed or anxious or sad or happy, or, you know, when I'm experiencing something extreme, it's very difficult to eat. It's difficult for him to understand this fact, because it's not his body, it's not his life. He doesn't understand this. So we were having a conversation, and he said, I'm gonna look at that in a minute. Sorry, guys, because otherwise I will get lost. And he said, look, you need to set an alarm on your phone as a reminder, so that you can remember, because I forget to eat as well, because I'm not hungry, right? So he goes, you need to set an alarm on your phone to remind you to eat every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, you have got to eat something, even if you're not hungry, because then you're going to get used to it and you might feel more hungry. And the first thing that crossed my mind, and now you need to pay attention, because now we're going to get to English, okay? The first thing that crossed my mind was, can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not hungry. I can't do it. It takes me 20 minutes to eat a toast. I can't do it. This crossed my mind, I thought about this. And then I got my phone and I did this. On Google, how to gain weight easily. Search. And the moment I searched for this, I thought about you guys. And I thought that I am doing that search, how to gain weight easily, is exactly what most English learners think about learning English. How can I learn English easily? How can I learn English quickly? And I didn't actually read about how to gain weight easily, because the moment I searched, I realized what the problem was. And it's actually very simple. There is no way for a person with my metabolism to gain weight easily. There is no trick. There is no hack. Do you know what a hack is? A hack is a way for you to do something that is supposed to be difficult and time-consuming, it takes time, is a simple way for you to do that. So if you go on YouTube, you're going to find so many videos about cleaning hacks and gaming hacks and travel hacks, all these things that are supposed to be difficult to do, they give you an easy way to do it. Guess what? There are no hacks for gaining weight with my metabolism. There are no hacks for losing weight for most people. There are no hacks for learning English. There is nothing you can do to do it easily, and there is nothing you can do to do it quickly, because it is naturally something that will take time and effort. It takes time and effort for me to gain weight. It takes time and effort for everyone who wishes to learn a second or third language to learn this language, okay? So I set an alarm on my phone for every 2 hours until the last time I eat is 10 p.m. every day. That's my last alarm. So sometimes I'm exhausted, I just want to go to bed, but I'm waiting for my alarm, and then I'm really not hungry, and I really don't want to eat anything that gets stuck to my teeth, you know? Like you eat stuff that gets really stuck to your teeth and you can't brush your teeth properly before bed. I hate that. So then I just eat a yogurt. So I know that at 10 o'clock is my yogurt time because it's quick and it doesn't get stuck to my teeth, so I can brush it very quickly, okay? And I have been doing this for a week now. And I wanted to share this with you, that for a week today, I have been eating every 2 hours, even when I'm not hungry. And now it's easier. So now, today and yesterday, I noticed that I have been feeling a little bit more hungry. I don't know why, but I am. So I noticed that just before my alarm goes off, I'm heading to the kitchen. I'm heading to the kitchen. I'm going to the kitchen because I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm ready now. I'm ready for a snack. And it can be anything. It can be a fruit, but it's an extra 100 calories. A banana is an extra 100 calories. In my case, it's important, okay? So I have been doing it for a week and I gained a little bit of weight. It's very, very symbolic, but it's something. And I understand that there are no hacks, and I need you to just take this story as some sort of guidance for your learning, to understand that you will need to make an effort and that it will take time. But I promise you that if you just accept the process and that if you actually do it, no matter what, I'm exhausted, but I am going to sit down and watch something in English for 10 minutes. No matter what. When there are no excuses, there is always a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will is I want to do it. Where there is a will, there is a way. Remember that, okay? That was my story. I'm going to look at your comments now. So I have somebody here who struggles with this problem too, which is nice. It's nice to be in the same boat. I love your classes. Yay! That is so nice. Yes, our body gets used to everything. Our body and our mind gets used to everything, but it is work. Okay, and you're gonna have to put the work in, but I think it's worth it. And I always think that whenever you put yourself through a challenge, it's always worth it because you're giving yourself this chance and you're saying to yourself, actually, I think I might be able to pull this off. I think I might be able to do this, which is always a good thing, right? Hack, exactly. HACK. Everything in life is about discipline. Discipline, no S. Yes, everything is discipline. So there was a question here that I needed to answer. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I'm glad you like my accent. That's nice, thank you. Hold on, I'm just looking. Okay, I have a question. I do speak English, but I have no confidence at all. I feel so nervous. Yes, I understand that. I do. English is more than just learning a language. I'm talking about English, but really this is every language, but English is my expertise. So we're going to stick to that, okay? It's not just about learning the language. It's about rediscovering yourself. It's about accepting this new person that you didn't know existed, but is you all the same. It's about trusting that today is not going to be the same as tomorrow if you do the work. It's about trusting that if you are hiking, you will get somewhere. If you stop, you won't. So the confidence comes with a very long and thorough work. And it is something that needs to be done. And it needs to be done consciously. So it needs to be something that you think, I need to work on this. Because it's not something that will just happen. Oh, one day I woke up and I was confident to speak English. No. It really is a little bit at a time, and there are setbacks. So sometimes you're hiking and you're like, okay, I'm feeling better about this. And then something happens that knocks your confidence down. Maybe it's a phone call and you don't understand something. Maybe it's talking to a native person. The native person goes, I'm sorry, what? All these little things, or it's a job interview that you feel like you didn't do so well. All these little things really knock your confidence down, and they make you think that you will never really get there. So it's work to accept this new person, this new identity, and to discover your voice. I always talk so much about this because I truly believe that finding your voice in English is so important. We do work on this in my course as well, because I'm totally aware that it's a huge problem to most people. And it was such a big problem for me. I could not recognize myself for years, and there were people complimenting me on my English, and still I didn't sound like myself. It was just like it wasn't me talking. So there is a difference between speaking well and knowing who you are in this language. It's not just about learning the language. There is so many other things involved. Yeah, guys, it's tough, but it's a beautiful adventure. Do I have a favorite word in English? Yeah, I have lots of favorite words in English. Lioness. I love this word. A lioness is a female lion. Lioness, I think, is beautiful. I really like this word. What's the difference between at all and it all? Completely different. There are no connections between them. Forget the connection because it's non-existent, okay? At all, let's think of a very simple way to use it. I always think that if I give you a simple way to use it, you can start using it, and then slowly you build up your confidence and you're ready to learn about more complex things naturally, because the moment you learn how to use it in one situation that you can apply in your daily life, especially you, Ricardo, because I think you live abroad, don't you? Please let me know if it's you. I think it's you. Then you don't need to know the list. You don't need to know all the situations at once. It only takes one to open the door and for you to be able to actually be presented with all the other possibilities, and then slowly feel ready to embrace those different things. At all. About my story from today, since we are talking about this, when I'm anxious, I can't eat at all. I can't eat at all is saying I cannot eat, really, zero, nothing, completely nothing. So it's just to bring emphasis to a negative sentence, okay? Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you at all. I really cannot hear you. Zero, no voice, nothing. I can't hear you at all. So remember that one because it's a very easy way to use it, okay? And it all, everything. So if I give you a list of reasons, a list of examples about how to use at all, for example, you're not going to remember it all. You're not going to remember all of them, okay? Dad, stop it. Makeup. How many situations can I use this expression? I don't know. I don't know how many situations. A very easy way to use it is to create. Okay, so when you make up an excuse for not listening to English, you are creating an excuse that doesn't exist. Okay, very easy way to use. Okay, my lovely people, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for listening to this story I wanted to share. And I hope that somehow you will be able to use the story as guidance and as something that comes to prove to you that big things require effort. So never ask yourself, how can I learn English easily? You can't. Okay, but one thing I know, the effort is worth it. And it is such an amazing, rewarding thing that you do in your life, because when you get to the end of your hike, you look back and you actually say to yourself, my God, I can't believe I got here, which is how I felt when I felt that I actually learned English. Okay? Sleep tight. Go to bed, everyone. It's late. I have to stay up until 10 because I have my last snack to go through. And I'll see you next week, that's for sure. Okay? See you later, everyone. Bye.